Listen. If you are an American who believes there is a God, then you probably believe that America is still the greatest nation on earth. Hopefully, you also recognize that we need a moral, spiritual revival before a political revolution can be planted in fertile soil. It just makes sense. Are you with me? Please subscribe to Daily Tea at www.dailytea.us/subscribe. The best advice for success in modern America. Commentary by Dr. Robert Owens. Europe is in the midst of an existential crisis. The European Union has built a cradle-to-grave welfare state partly funded by the United States picking up the tab for their defense. They have erased the borders between their states and given Brussels the power to control their immigration policies. Their left-of-center social policies have opened the door to uncontrolled mass migration. If this is left unchecked, it will swamp them in third-world invaders. Within a few generations, the traditional citizens of these once great nations will be replaced as the dominant people in their own homelands. France, Germany, and Italy may all be Arab and Muslim, and Europe as we have always known it will be no more. Will the socialists of Europe have enough loyalty to their own culture to do what must be done to save it? Or will they allow political correctness and their daydream of multiculturalism complete the suicide they began in World War I and continued in World War II? Now look at America. Our borders are porous at best. We can't even call illegal immigrants anymore. Our versions of third world invaders qualify for welfare, food stamps and motor voter driver's licenses. Newspapers and other media outlets regularly fail to report on the immigration status of criminals. Though the government routinely speaks of the invaders as people living in the shadows, these shadow people now come into the light and hold mass demonstrations demanding even more rights, yet they are never identified or apprehended. Not since the Visigoths and Vandals decided the Roman Empire looked like a pleasant place to live as long as they could loot, burn, and rape has a civilization so serenely welcomed its destroyers in with open arms. What we are witnessing in Europe today is happening right here. Everyone knows it. Our leaders and the corporations once known as the mainstream media are complicit in the assault. If we don't stop this, it will stop us. The best advice for success in modern America down the path our leaders are following is to learn Spanish and get a government job. The best advice if we want to save our nation from sinking into the one-world cesspool: close the borders, cut off the welfare that acts as a magnet, cut off the jobs and watch our uninvited guests go home. No one rounded them up to bring them here, and if we quit paying them to stay, no one will have to round them up to drive them home. For all the evidence you will ever need to prove America is sinking beneath the waves of an alien invasion, see Ann Coulter's latest book, Adios, America. And don't expect to see any of this in the state-controlled media.